Howdy, howdy, y'all. Welcome to the seventh episode of the Kilima Post with your host, Kay Fiercine.
And Shinori Yoru. Today, we're finishing our deep dive into this all skills. So if you want to catch up, check out our last episode if you'd like to hear us talk about it previously. And we're continuing on from that.
Exactly. So, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Kay Fierce. How are you?
I can't complain. I can't complain. Had a very nice solar intensive week, so I actually got to do a much longer streams this week. I got to do a
Ooh,
lot of things. Like I haven't done a hunting party in so long, so I went schmull hunting
right,
this week and
right.
had a big event at the flow chop party. So I was able to do a bit
Ooh.
more this week. So I was pretty excited.
Oh, that's great to hear. Was it just schmoles, or did you also do Okapu as well?
Well, I mean, I'd like to do the schmoles like right above the Dermer docks. You know that
Right,
little
right, right.
that little place with the
Yeah.
islands.
Right,
And
right.
it's one of those where I'll catch all the Ogapu that are like right around the outside of it. If there's one that spawns right there, we'll snag it. But other than that, it was just mainly schmoles. But I got two regular and a pixie schmoll, so I'm happy. I'm chill.
Well, I'm glad. Did you get any pushes from that, or?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I got two
Yeah,
regular ones and one
okay.
pixie plushie
I'll go
from
well.
it.
I'll go well. That's great to hear.
Because I know in the last episode we talked about hunting and
Right.
actually didn't give this thought, and I actually had it affect me quite a few times on this. So I have learned through, because where I play on console, and I do have a couple of PC players who hunt with me. We
hmm
had a discussion to find out that PC players apparently don't have any sort of auto aim feature.
Wait, all of the aim features the thing on your end? Wait, what?
Okay, so basically, because I play on the Switch, I will shoot an arrow, and the
hmm
arrow will sometimes have a sort of like, kind of have like a homing missile. Like it'll
What?
like actually curve towards an animal depending on their location.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah, and it's like aim assist, I guess is the way to put it. Not
So,
like auto aim. It's like an aim assist.
like, if you shoot an arrow towards an animal, it will curve towards it.
A lot of times, yes, especially if the animal is running.
What?
and and I was okay, and legitimately, I was schmoll hunting, and I was standing like right in front of like one of the holes that the schmolls come out of,
Right,
but
right.
I was aiming at a different one. And my arrow I shot out legitimately made a U-turn and came back at me,
What?
trying to get the schmoll that was right behind me because I was technically in that schmoll's hitbox. And so the PC players, they're like, "Oh, that's not happening to us. We don't have this sort of this aim assist." And let me tell you what, I understand why it's in the game because sometimes it's kind of hard to aim with the controller to get it perfectly precise like you could with a
I
mouse.
mean, yeah, because you are on
So,
Switch, yeah.
but I would like the ability to toggle that on and off. I would like
Uh,
that to be if they're going to include it on the console version, I would like for them to toggle it on and off because there were so many times where like my arrows are legit like making U-turns and I have to like reposition and then scare the schmoll that I was aiming at because my
yeah.
arrow's going a completely different direction. Like I can
Oh.
understand for those who's not as gaming intensive as I am to need a little assistance and the help helps them. But I feel like it almost like hurts me in a lot of my cases.
Wait, how does it hurt you? But you're on Switch though, aren't you?
Well, okay, so let's say you've got let's say you have a Sernuk and then you've got a magic Sernuk
Sure,
behind the regular
sure.
Sernuk. Okay,
Okay.
you okay, and so you position your character so you're actually hitting the magic Sernuk,
Right.
not the regular Sernuk. Your arrow will automatically move to the Sernuk because it's closer. It will
Oh,
turn your arrow to the Sernuk. So
what?
then I scare the disco deer and then
Right,
he's done teleported off and now I gotta go track him back down
right. Okay,
because my
okay.
arrow hit the wrong deer because of that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
aim
Aim assist.
assist.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Like, and so you don't have that issue on the PC?
I do not know. It just shoots straight. If I miss, I miss.
Yeah. So as I'm saying, like I legitimately didn't realize like this was like such a big thing because I thought maybe like both of them had it. So I was just gonna I
Oh.
was literally gonna bring up I would like aim assist to be a toggle ability, and then found out over the hunting party on Thursday when we were small hunting that PC
Right.
players don't have that, and that's like a
No, we
console thing.
don't. I didn't know that
So,
was a thing. I was like, we just miss. We just miss. That's it. We just suck at aiming. That's it.
yeah, like there's been so many times where if there I have to hit the animal that's directly closest to me if I'm aiming one. If there's one
Right,
behind,
which kind of
I have
sucks, right?
I
Yeah.
have to like you have to position yourself a lot more
Right,
careful.
right. So
So,
you're not hitting the creature that's in front of you, right? And then you're trying to hit the one behind you.
exactly, you know, because there are certain times, you know, you want to hit the Sernuk, not the Choppa, but so many times that little Choppa in front of you is going to take the hit.
Right, right. Okay, and okay, so that's why people are just like, well, when it comes to like, I'm not sure you've done remote tip butterfly catching where people are aiming at the remote tip butterfly, but except it's the blue butterfly that's in front of it, or like a cricket that might jump in front of it.
I mean, I haven't
And
actually noticed it because I haven't done actual rainbow tip butterfly farming. The only
right,
farming because I don't have a big enough group for that really. So,
yeah.
so I just typically, if I do bug hunt, which I haven't bug hunted in so long, I was actually thinking about doing it next week. But,
Oh, we can do something about that.
but,
I'll probably help you with that.
but, but anyway, and so I just, you know, just hit everything anyways for the most part. So
Right.
I haven't actually ran into that issue, but I'm definitely going to be more watching it if I ever go into bug catching. But I
Right.
didn't think about it being
Yeah.
on bug catching because I know I deal with it they just teleport, you know, you just have the teleporting bugs.
It's the same thing on PC. It does teleport, especially with a fast RTB. You'll just see it and then just disappear somewhere and go somewhere else. I'm like, what? It was just here a minute ago. Where'd it go? And then you're looking for it. Oh no! And then we feel like we lost it.
So if your console people are having that issue with bugs, and that could be a feature within the bug catching too. It's just not
Uh,
something I've noticed. I feel like I miss a lot of bugs. So I don't personally feel like it's on that per se, but I
right.
definitely know that there is some sort of aim assist for the hunting. And for
Yeah.
me, it's very detrimental in a lot of cases.
It is, I would say, because
So, I mean, as I said, I can see where it's a good thing, and I can definitely see where it's helped a lot of players. But for some
but
of us
it does make it a
players
bit frustrating. Right.
who's played quite a few shooting games growing up and know
Right.
that third person shooter style, like it's kind of like hurt us a bit.
Yeah, it does make it a bit frustrating. I can definitely see why it would.
So I was like, before we got into any of the other skills, because I know we had three more skills to talk about, I was like, let me just circumvent here to hunting real quick
Right,
to
right.
just talk about that, because I really wanted to mention that, because I forgot to mention that in the last episode, then to come to find out that, you know, it was actually a bit more than that. So it was a good thing I
All good,
didn't actually cover it last week, and I saved it for an extra week or, you know.
I appreciate it because I didn't understand like the auto hunt system that you have that I don't have, and it's kind of weird to me to hear it right now because I've never experienced that on my behalf.
Yeah, if you haven't actually tried it out on console, you got to try it out sometime. It's wild to see some of these cards, especially with the schmoll huntings.
I mean,
Like, cause
yeah,
like they kept saying, "Oh, it's the vines that's making you glitch," and I'm like, I'm not standing or shooting near the vines. Like the vines are over there
wait,
on, you know, those vines on top of the rocks in that area.
wait, that
People are saying like you have a bit of a glitchy if you shoot there. You're a lot of times your arrows
is,
will miss.
is that the case? Wait, I've
Like
heard nothing
that's
about the
what I
vines.
hear. That's what
What?
people have been telling me on my stream.
This is the
So
first time hearing about this. Wait, no one's ever mentioned me about the vines, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Wait,
like
what?
apparently if you're like standing in the vines and you're
What?
shooting if you're trying to shoot schmoles up on that little area, sometimes the
You're
vines
right.
will mess
Okay.
up the curving of your arrow or something. I don't know.
No, what? What?
But
This is weird to
but I
hear.
was
I've
but I was
never
like,
heard
nah, I
about
was like,
this.
this was definitely the aim assist that's making my arrows
Yeah,
do a U-turn over
right.
here.
Yeah, no,
But
definitely.
But you did bring up bug catching, so if you
Right,
want,
right,
we
right.
can go ahead and go into bug catching.
I think it still has the same problem as hunting in general. Because, like I said before with the RTB, it does disappear on you if you're trying to go get it. In the meantime, as
Hmm.
well, um there are some like bugs that will jump in front of your desired target, even if it's not even if it may not be a aim assist. From your case, it would still be a case where
Hmm.
it would just like magically just be there, and it might just deflect the bombs that you're trying to throw at from the original target. So
All I can think of is down, Mr. President.
get down like literally bodyguards. It's like
Like
that's not who I'm trying to shoot.
so Singularity
Yeah,
6 have programmed the blue butterflies to be bodyguards and to take the hits for the rainbows.
right, right. Or the cricket would just literally jump and then would be like literally just be bodyguards as that as well. So I'm just like, this is getting annoying. God dang it, it's not who I'm trying to shoot.
It's so funny you bring
Uh,
up the cricket because like
yeah.
literally the Azura grasshopper is my most hated insect. Do you feel that hatred towards that bug as I do?
Not as much as the compared to the regulars, because the regulars are the ones you don't even want to have.
Well, I mean, it's just like every time I see that little insect icon on my Buzzy jar,
Right. Yeah. Oh, no, no. Fair
99% of
enough.
the
Fair enough. Fair
time
enough.
it is an
Fair enough.
Azura grasshopper. And
Right.
I'm
Right.
like, I
Right.
don't even want
Yeah.
you anymore. I
No, that's right. That's right.
I have an unlimited amount of silk at this point. Like, I
Right.
don't even want you. Like,
Now you know how I feel about RTBs right now. I'm so sulk. It's not even funny
now,
anymore.
if they gave me, an Azura grasshopper plushie, then it would be a little different.
It would be a different story.
But
It'd be a different
but there
story. Yeah.
but there are other bug plushies I would prefer. I have my
Of course.
list
Of
of bug
course.
plushies I want, and which I feel
Of
like
course.
would be easy to make.
Right.
Like I would love a pink Princess Ladybug plushie. Okay, the Princess
Uh.
Ladybug. Get me a
Go
pink Ladybug
on.
plushie. How cute would that be?
I mean, the ladybugs are already hard enough when they're running really fast. The princess ladybug's gonna run 2 times more faster.
I love the
So,
Princess Ladybug, and I'm saying
uh,
like I want a plushie of her.
to be fair, with the princess ladybug, you're not using a lure to get it out. You're just basically just trying to run after it.
Well, no, but
But
I
with
feel like you would
yeah,
end up doing kind of like how they do the RBT lures because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because when you do because if we want to talk about that for a moment, because like when you do your like RBT like group farming, like you guys have pretty much a whole server and you have what like 8 lures down at a time. Like, what do you actually do for those?
Basically just have the milkshake, which is basically your naturally spawned RTB, and you're just allowing it to survive while at the same time you're just putting down lures
Wait.
and
What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you have to have one to spawn more?
yes, so this is called the milkshake method in the game. The theory behind this is that if you have a naturally spawned bug, it could be anything, in this case the
Mm-hmm.
RTB, the lure will spawn more of the RTB, or most likely will. This is only
Like, does that be on the server or
Yeah, it
in a
has to be on the
particular
server.
area? Like, how close do you
So
have to be
it,
to the target
so it could
butterfly?
be anywhere around the server. It doesn't really matter where. As long as it survives, it's supposed to be duplicating itself and on the lures. In case this is the theory, it's not actually true or proven to be true. It's just a theory that players have conducted to be like, well, it's worked out for us so far. I think it's supposed to be true. I have cases where it's mostly untrue, But I would
Mhm.
say there has been cases where people have shot down this milkshake, and then no RTBs has been spawning in the lures frequently anymore. So it's a give or take situation in my experience. So it's not like, oh yeah, no, this is a proven method. It's just like, it's just a theory. It's not something to be like you should be taking seriously, but many people do take it seriously when it comes to RTB hunting. So if you do see that RTB, guys, don't shoot it down, or else you're gonna make some people mad, which kind of sucks. And people have hated the game because of this, because people are very ruthless about it. But just be careful and ask if you are around Southern Bahari and you come across this rainbow-tipped butterfly. Ask if anyone is doing RTBs at the moment, because people are going to be mad at you for taking down this rainbow-tipped butterfly that shouldn't be from everyone else. It's a very hard experience, because I've had people yesterday literally just yelling at the person to not touch it, and it's not a fun experience. It's not.
I swear, like this game with drama, for
It
being
is
a
drama, yeah,
cozy game,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally, it's either a flow growth, an RBT, or hot pot, like spam pot. Like, there will be drama
There will be drama.
commencing
Yeah,
somewhere.
just it's just a theory, guys. It's not meant to be like taken very seriously, and but many people take it very seriously. It's there's nothing I can really do about it, because I'm just there to have fun. But I know many people will take anything seriously
I
when it comes
feel
to
like
anything.
in
Yeah.
that case, in all honesty, I think either A, Singularity 6 needs to fix that so that's not an issue, or just come out and say that that's not a thing. I feel
Right.
like that would just cause so much less drama.
It would cause a lot less
And make it
drama. Yeah.
and make it to where it's not a thing. That way, just to avoid, because like I feel like that would be. I mean, now that's probably something that's probably pretty difficult to program. You know, I am not
Mm-mm.
a programmer,
Right.
so I'm not saying, oh, this is an easy fix. But if it is a thing, it's
Right.
something that I kind of wish they would kind of fix out of, just to try to eliminate at least a little bit of the drama. You know. That
I don't know.
way, and then they can say that this is not a thing. Don't worry about it.
Uh, uh,
Do your RBTs the way you do your RBTs. You
right,
know,
right.
till we come out with another one. But I feel like the way, because the Princess Ladybug is so rare, I feel like people would do a similar thing with dropping lures as you do with an RBT
Right,
farm
right,
to
right.
get Princess Ladybugs too. So
I mean, I mean, if they do try to fix it, like, it's still gonna be drama no matter what. They're gonna find something else to be drama about, which I'm not looking
oh,
forward to.
ain't that the truth?
Yeah, so
So
it is what it is.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely. But
but
but yeah,
definitely.
but going back to what I was saying, like
Mm-mm,
I felt like there was a couple of plushies they could add for bug catching to make me a little
mm-mm,
happier.
mm.
And I feel like most of them would literally just be color changing. Because as I said, I wanted my
Yeah,
pink
yeah, yeah.
ladybug,
Right.
and then I want the blue
Firefly.
um a
Oh,
firefly, yeah, like the lantern
oh,
fly.
oh, the glow bug.
Yeah, the glow bug.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
me. All they got to do is color change it from green to blue, and I'm happy. You know, because the
Well,
bug's pretty
there's a flow
similar
bug
in
as
my
well, which is the
book.
pink one.
Oh my god, I was actually going to bring up that. I'm like, and if they did the flow bug too, you know how much time I would spend. Like people would be like, "Why are you in the Temple of Winds?" And I'm like, "I'm over
Right.
here solo grinding my pink fireflies over here." You
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And I
Ah,
would totally grind those out. Let me have an ancient glowbug plushie.
oh
That
god.
would be awesome.
I literally talked to someone about the air temple, and they're like, "Don't ever mention that again. I'm never walking back in there again." And if they
To,
attempt anyone to like, "Oh, we have really slow bugs," yeah, you gotta go back into the air temple. Like,
you, a 100%, everybody is going to go back in there to get themselves
I
a
know,
pink
but people are
glowbug.
gonna dread it. I
They're
swear,
going to dread it, but they're going to do
they
it.
gotta do it, of course.
And the general chat in the
uh,
area is just going to be people bored just talking in general chat
yeah, I'm
because
like,
they're buying
"Oh,
an
hey, look at
instance
my
by
flow bug I got,"
themselves.
and then everyone's just gonna be like spending hours in there. God damn. Oh
I'm
no.
just saying, like, it's one
Yeah.
that I've definitely asked for before and will ask for again.
Yeah.
But is there any type of bug you would want a plushie of that you would enjoy farming for? Because where you do a lot of,
Oh
because I
boy.
feel like, because like I'm not saying like, oh, I want more plushies, because it's like
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of farming, like doing groups and farming for plushies. That's the fun part for me. The
It is. It
plushie's a
is.
nice reward, but the
Yeah.
fun part is doing it as a
As a
group.
group. As a group. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean,
and
some people have said, why don't they just recolor like the lantern bug to be like modifying on the kit on the bench? And I'm like, I mean, that would be easier, yeah, but I don't think they want to do that because they just want you to spend some more time just collect these new plushies rather than like,
exactly.
yeah. So I don't think that's a thing, but
100%.
yeah.
Like
Um.
that's my thing. Is like I would rather catch a different colored one just because
Right. Right.
for me it's the climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the it's the
the
journey
climb.
to
It's the
get
climb, right?
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like and that was like one of the things before I guess I let you answer. No, actually
Um.
go ahead. I'll go ahead and let you answer first.
I mean, one bug that would probably someone has mentioned is the bees. I would say the Bahari bee and also the Golden Glory bee. Reason for that is because you are chopping down a lot of trees, and you have a chance to spawn one of these bees. In the morning time, I believe. I believe the Bahari bee is the exact same, or during the night. But basically, what will happen is that you'll be cutting down a lot of trees in Kilima for the Golden Glory bee, and this has about like a very low chance of spawning, but it will spawn eventually, and then everyone will just come around and just literally throw bombs at it to see if it does drop. If not, we continue cutting until there's another one that will spawn for plushie. So it's just a continuation of that. Problem is with this is that it will make Halcyon very mad about this. I'm not sure how Halcyon will feel about this, but
Well,
he
I will
is.
say I will say this. On that note,
Mm-hmm.
I know the Bahari bee spawns now via the lures.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I mentioned it before and I will
Mm-hmm.
mention it again. I
Right.
hate those lure changes
Right.
because I enjoyed the old ladybug farm. I felt
Right.
like that was a different way to bug hunt. Like I don't
Right.
mind lures, but I would like a variety of instead of just doing lures to bug hunt. I like the fact that
Mm-hmm.
we were running in circles, collecting everybody touching the flower and spawning as many ladybugs from one flower as we could, and then we
Right.
ran to the next one and picked another flower and spawned a whole bunch, and then ran to the next garlic and picked that
Yeah.
and tried to spawn a bunch.
Right.
I feel like that was more fun, and I was able to level my
Yeah.
foraging
Yeah.
as well. And I felt like the same with the beetle in Kilima with mining.
Right.
I felt like it was a different way to do a bug hunt. But
Right.
now there's not really a reason to do it because let's be honest, we're in a
Yeah. You
min-maxing
might as
world.
well have
You're
a honey
gonna
lure.
it's like with the RBT. Everybody's figured out the quote unquote way to min-max to get the most rainbow tip butterflies.
Right.
And that's what everybody's gonna do is the milkshake method because
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody's because we're in a society where everything's gonna be min-maxed.
Right. Right. Right.
So I feel like within that society, I feel like I don't mind any of the other bugs spawning the way they do,
I mean,
but I
are you
definitely,
sure about the proud one? Proud one beetle.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about is the proudhorn beetle and the ladybugs. I wish
Yeah.
were,
I mean-
reverted back, and then other than that, keep the bugs the way it is, but with the changes. But
I'm kind of enthusiastic about the staghorn beetle because just breaking those rocks for like many hours and not getting anything is like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this.
well, that's why you have a group of like
I
eight
know,
of y'all or
but
10
still,
of y'all,
it's not
and you
that-
all take turns. You don't run as far, and you spawn more beetles, and everybody who hits it gets the same loot.
I know,
so.
but still, I don't think it's that efficient. In my opinion, I don't know. But that's just
I
me.
feel like they would need to up the spawn rate of those
Probably,
beetles
yeah.
because
That'd be
I
great.
feel like in Bahari the centipedes spawn a whole lot
Yes,
more.
it does. Yeah, yeah.
I think if they need to bring it up to the centipede spawn rate, and it wouldn't be an issue
Right. Okay. Yeah,
because
I'd see that. Yeah.
I get a lot more of those centipede, millipede, pink
Yeah.
worms from the rocks in Bahari
You
than
get
I do the
silk.
beetles in Kilima.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
At least that's from my personal experience.
No,
So, and if
that's
they would
definitely fair.
change that, I would be much more. I think I would be a happy medium. Give everybody a more spawn rate of the bugs so that they actually have a chance to catch them, and then allow an old way to farm them, a different way to farm them, rather than just dropping a lure and just free for all.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
But as
Um,
I said, that's just my 2 cents.
but in my opinion, like other than the frogs that aren't like other than the frogs, there's not really much other bugs in Elderwood that is desirable to be catching because they don't drop plushies. So I don't know.
Well,
It seems like the beetle, the cave,
oh my god,
pixies,
give me one of those blood beetles
yeah, the blood
as a
beetles, yeah,
plushie.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would love a plushie version of the blood beetle.
Yeah. Or the cave pixies, or like
Oh my
there's
god,
an
those would be cute too.
or like there's another one I'm missing. I forgot.
I
That's
mean,
also in Levelwood.
I know we're gonna get another round of them. They're just, slowly trickling out plushies. That way, it
Right,
keeps
right.
us busy, because while they finish up all their bigger projects they've got working on.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's like we're mostly on the outside if you really think about it, because Ogapu's on the outside. Shmuel is also hunted on the outside near the pier. And then like no one's really on the inside of like Elderwood when it comes to like the caves that much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
They should
they should really
definitely.
do something about that because we're not really spending that much time in there.
Yeah, and everybody's or out on the dock fishing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
shark plushies.
yeah, exactly that, right? Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I
So
wi- you know, so give us some freshwater plushies, give us some in cave plushies, something like
mm,
that in the
yeah,
Elder Woods for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely be like some blood beetle. I would definitely think a blood beetle would be a cool one.
Mm-mm. I think another thing they could do is like if they do like with mining, introduce like the new gemstones for the platinum. They could do that. I don't know. They could.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
So
then I guess we only have 2 more skills left to talk about. So, do you want to talk about cooking or fishing first?
I don't know which one you prefer. Which one's more your
Okay.
desired.
Well, I was about to say, I guess then we'll go ahead and jump into cooking then.
Cooking is such a hard grind, but it's also one of the easiest skills to level up because you're basically eating while leveling up that skill at the same time. But it's also a lot of money making if you get the right ingredients for a certain dish. But mainly, it's a fun activity, I would say, because everyone like wants to take control of like one ingredient. That could be the whole thing. But also the fact that you will be participating with a bunch of people, like gathering all these ingredients just to participate for this one dish that you could be preparing, or doing a lot of dishes to do as prep for focus food or selling. Depends on whether you want to do. But like in general, I think cooking is not a huge problem in a way compared to other things that are in the game. But if you didn't know this before, if you ever wondered, if you ever made something and then someone's already made it, you would think sometimes, what if why don't they give us back the ingredient if it's already been made? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, it's like, oh, I've used up, like, let's say a Dari, for example. I want that Dari back because someone else has already done it. It's by accident. It wasn't meant to be used up in this little ingredient. Have you ever thought about that? Or
Well, I haven't actually thought about that because I do know with the way the overprep system works, and allowing more people, I feel like it would throw off and basically overprep. People would be like, oh, I don't have to use any ingredients at all because it'll all be returned back to me. Which, and some aspect would be nice, but to be honest, cooking makes so much money in general anyways. Like it doesn't really matter.
Back in the day, this is where cake parties were the number one thing still, even after the nerf, right? And people were wanting to get the ingredients back because they feel like, oh, we're gonna be wasting a lot of ingredients to make this food. But the problem with this was they did introduce it back then, but they then took it away. It's because many people were doing this like constantly like over prepping on this same ingredient, and they were getting bonus exp because they knew like they were gonna get the ingredients back. They were constantly like doing this just to boost up their exp back in the day. So this was taken away. If you ever wondered like why it doesn't give you back the thing, well, people have abused it in the past and so far, and they're not planning to do that ever again. So if you use your ingredients, you're gonna lose it, and that's it. You're not gonna get it back, unfortunately.
I definitely feel like cooking in general, like they need to like nerf the. I know it got nerfed, but all across the board, I feel like cooking prices need to be nerfed.
Really?
I feel like cooking makes it. I feel like cooking makes an outrageous amount of money.
It does.
Like, and I feel like is the big contributor on why there is everybody's just having so much money where we're like, how many money capped frog statues can we buy? You know?
I mean,
Because I don't know, have you been buying the new frog statues?
to my knowledge, after you buy 5, you're at max. So
Yeah, your
yeah,
fifth one costs
right,
max gold.
right.
So it's more of like, how many max gold frog plushies can I now own, or frog statues now can I own in this game? Like,
I'll say it's infinite, to be honest with you, if you're willing to spend that much.
well, no. I mean, the joke is how much money am I making to buy
Oh,
more
I mean,
statues? Like, I'm sorry,
oh,
that was a joke.
okay.
But
I mean, would you
yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm doing with my money
really?
now. I'm now seeing how many statues I can buy. Yeah,
Wait,
I'm now like, because like I've got
yeah,
everything in
I
the
know,
Zeki
but like,
coins. Like, I don't have a money
yeah,
dump in this game. I do so much because I stream the game and I
right,
do a
right,
lot of these events. I have so much
right,
extra money. So I just dump my money in whatever. I used to buy just a whole bunch of Zeki coins, but I already have
right.
all the plushies, so I'm just like, I don't really care about buying more Zeki
I
coins right
mean,
now. So I'm like, now I'm gonna save up and get myself like 10 frog
I
statues.
know,
Why
but
not?
um,
And then I'm gonna make me a plot that's like a giant golden vault.
oh,
And I'm gonna have all of these frog
right,
statues and
right.
money coins and starred rubies and
I mean, in my opinion, like like the frog thing is literally a joke. I don't think it's supposed to be that taken that seriously, but at the same time, it's just like, like how many are you planning to buy? Is my question. Because after 5, I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy any more of these because I just don't know what to do with them. At the same time, right?
well, what else
Well,
are
the
you
thing
gonna
is
spend your
that they might
money
be
on?
introducing new things, right? Because we are still
Well, I
looking
mean,
forward to like other things they're introducing within the roadmap, right? Like the husbandry, the new house thing they might be doing in the future, or the
and that's why you have like 300 poke bowls, starred poke bowls stored on your storage plot. That's the like I have I don't know if you have one, but I have a storage plot where I put down a lot of like my starred
right,
fish or starred gems that I don't want to use for decorations yet or I
right,
don't
right.
want to use for cooking. But I also place down my excess
Mhm.
starred food. And I literally have a section of starred poke bowls that I've got lined up on tables that just in case I need half a mil,
Right.
I've got
Yeah, I
saved
got
up
you. I got
ready
you.
to go.
Right.
You know? So if they drop a new patch and I need money, I got money
Yeah. Right. Right.
well prepared for it. So it's like right now, it's like, oh, I'm
Right.
about to hit cap. Let me go spend my money so I can
Right.
go make more money. You know, and I feel like cooking has allowed me to have
Uh.
that ability because it makes
It does. It
so
does.
much
I
money.
mean, like for me, I keep all my stuff in my storage. Because I'm not sure if you know anything about overflow that much, but
Yeah, I know about the infinite
right, right,
storage
right, right.
glitch, but I don't ever hit max. I think right now my storage is the closest to max just because I just
Right.
had a float party. But in a day or two, I'm gonna be back down to 6,000 items in my storage. I never go over 7K.
Wait, do you want me to explain for those who are listening? Do you guys want me to explain the infinite storage on how that works? Right.
I mean, I know you've explained it before, but you're more than welcome to do it again if you want to.
Sure. So for those that are just tuning in and just hearing about this, you can have more than 14K in your storage, which is the max right now currently. So how you do this is basically learning the ways of overflow. Overflow is basically exceeding the amount that you normally can supposed to get. You can do this with your plot or even with your storage, meaning that you can go over the 3,500 or the 14K in your storage. So what this means is that how you do this is basically if you were to, let's say, go hunting and you're hunting either Muujin or Cernic, all you need in your inventory is basically fur and Cernic and like Cernic hide, and the hide will be spread around by one, and this will fill up your whole entire inventory, and for the fur and the Cernic hide. And whenever you go hunting, you'll be picking up both the meat or the mane, the antler, even the plushie that you get that may drop from it. And this will be at the bottom of your inventory, on the red side. And then once it reaches up to the eighth amount, it will go immediately to your storage, and you don't have to worry about overflowing. Now you can also abuse this by also, if you have like worm farms, for example. Let's say you're doing cooking, you can feed it to your worms, but you're not actually doing it. You basically press that X button that's next to the loading or that hourly hourly amount, and then press that little small X button. This will go into your storage without question. This will not go back into your inventory. It'll go immediately back to storage. So this is how you abuse the storage system. For the overload for the plot, it's a bit of a glitchy, but it's very easy to do. I just recommend watching a video about that, but it's very easy to do. But who knows? They might patch this up. Who knows? But so far they haven't done this in the last like 4 or 5 updates. Don't know. I'm sure it's like here to stay, or they might be doing something else about that. But that is the beauty of overflow.
So, but is there any sort of
Mhm.
changing you may want to do to cooking? Or are you pretty happy with the way it is?
Changes. I'll just say like the EXP wise, I think like other food ingredients would have to be more on EXP because like after a certain while you just be doing the same stuff over and over and over again. I kind of want like more EXP on like other things rather than just like celebration cakes or like Mujum Bahari or like the Lucky Braised Fish. Like I just want like more EXP for that, but
I will say this though, I think it's funny that Mujin Bahari can give more focus than we have in a focus bar.
right,
So I'm just stating like just a statement, you know. But I do like the fact of having those complicated recipes be worth a little more because they take a bit more work. But
okay, yeah, they do,
but I
they do,
will
yeah.
say I need something. I need something to spend my cooking coins on. Okay,
That's fair,
because
yeah.
I love those display stands, but I cannot put those
Right,
display
right.
stands on my table, which make me very upset. I want those
Oh, really? You haven't?
you cannot put them on your table. They're a
Oh.
ground-based item.
So I assume you have to put like a present on the bottom and then place it on there like that.
Something
Okay.
that or you got to float them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. But either way, you cannot place them on the table and I want them, please, Singularity 6, place them on the let me
Wait,
place
that's
them on
kind of
the
strange that
table.
you can't.
I
What the
will
heck?
I will buy so many of
Right.
them. But yeah, no, I can't.
What?
Cuz I would literally buy a whole bunch for my storage plot and then place them on there and then put them on tables that have them neatly like
Right.
organized. But I would just have to put them on the ground and I don't like
No,
that.
I understand that.
I want them to be put on a table. But other than
That's
that,
kind of
like
weird.
I feel like I
Interesting.
want something to dump my coins on because there's nothing else to really buy with it with my cooking tokens. So
Right.
I mean, I could buy a couple more of those vendor carts, but after so many, you're like, how many more vendor carts do I need? You know?
I don't know. I bought like 50 of those. So I don't
So
know. I bought a lot.
exactly. So I'm like, what else do I spend it
Exactly. Right.
on?
Yeah. No, that's
But
fair. That's fair. Um.
you know, maybe allow me to buy more like Dari cloves or more expensive herbs or cooking meats or something of that nature with
I mean,
it.
yeah. Many people have been spending on like dark and sweet leaves when it comes to the cooking parties they're going to, which is a lot easier. But I feel like if they can make Dari more accessible, maybe I don't know, like
I mean, you can already spend foraging coins on it, so it's pretty accessible as is. You know, I know that, you know, so I as I said, I don't see it as that big of a difference,
mm-hmm.
but or maybe eventually, you know, I don't
I
know.
mean, I feel like what they could do with that is like make it somewhat like March Market in a way where if you buy like a certain amount of like Dari cloves or sweet leaves in the stores, you can actually get a starred one. I don't know. That's just me.
Oh my god,
I would like that.
yes. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
that.
So
But getting some more starred
yeah,
ones would
yeah,
be
exactly,
great
exactly.
too.
So making more easier for to use at cooking parties and not be like, well, I'll have 100 starred sweet leaves. Well, you might be able to get that chance if you buy enough, I guess. But even then, foraging for them is kind of like a drag in that matter. So yeah,
Also, I'm only going to bring this up for this one instance. I don't know of any other
mm-hmm.
case within the world of cooking where I may want
Right.
one, but I want a cake plushie.
I want an oven plushie.
Could you see a cute little celebration cake
Right.
plushie? Like you just randomly make a
Yeah.
cake and everybody at your cake party
Uh,
gets a little cake
you know what would be
plushie.
interesting?
Would that not be super
Oh
cute?
man, that would mean like they would have to do like every single food item out there.
No, that
I
wouldn't
feel
have to
like
be every food
I
item.
don't know.
Just like maybe cake and the burger and
Yeah.
like I don't know.
What
I don't because I
Mujibari?
wouldn't
I
want
don't
to.
know.
No offense, but I would not want a fish stew plushie. You know. But I'm just thinking
Uh,
a little burger plushie
right,
or a
right.
little cake plushie would be super cute. You know, have them like have little googly eyes or
Well,
something. You
I mean,
know.
don't you want like a quiche, like the quiche slushy? No.
Give me a
Oh,
flotato
potato,
with
sure. Yeah,
ketchup.
yeah, you can do that.
Potato fries
Yeah,
with
yeah.
ketchup plushie. No.
Or
No. I know you could go really extreme with that. I was just saying originally, just give me like a little like cake and I would be happy with it.
you sure you don't want macarons flushy with her?
Oh my god, could you see like a stack of like 6 macaroons? Like you would have a chance of getting one of each of the
Right,
colors. And the whole thing would get the whole color
right.
set. There would be different colored
I would
macaroons.
love it.
Oh my god. Then I would be oh
We're
my
doing
god.
cooking all day, every day
Anyway.
at this point. You get the plushie? No, we're doing it again.
So
Let's go.
but
Uh,
any rate, so but other than that, like I'm pretty happy with
yeah.
cooking. I just want it to be down a little more and I want something to spend my cooking
I
tokens
mean,
on. But other than that, I love how interactive it is. I love the group aspect of it. I know some people don't like it because you got to stand in one place and you
right,
do
right,
one
right,
thing
right.
over and
Yeah,
over at
yeah.
a cooking party.
If you have
But
ADHD, that's kind of not a thing that you want to be doing.
But for
Yeah, yeah.
me and my ism, like I'm locked and loaded, you
Right.
know, like I give me that one role, I'm performing it over and over and over. I'm here
Of course,
for
of
it,
course.
you know, and gonna transition into it. And that's kind of why my oneness and my favorite skill is fishing.
I wish they would give us like another cooking like mini game for that, like Overcooked in a way. I'm not. I brought this in the past, but please give us a mini game about that. So basically, you'll be doing the cooking, and then someone will be doing the dishwashing, and then someone else is going to be serving to the customers that come in, and then you'll be having this little chaotic mini game where you're just like, okay, trying to buy stuff like having like an extra size in the restaurant, or like maybe have like a bathroom, who knows, and like you could be having another like servants that comes help you, like kind of like that, and then you'll be having a fun mini game with that. About that, it'll be very chaotic, but I feel like you'll be increasing
Okay.
your cooking level at the same time.
Well, on that note, I actually am working on a project. I'm not going to go too much
Sure.
into it, but I am in the early midst of creating a fun community-based
Mm-hmm.
project that is going to be something of that nature. That's all I'm going to say on that for anybody who's listening. Just stay
Wait,
tuned. It's something that I would love to work on down
wait.
the road,
Do you have a
but
name for it? Just to give us a little hint. Okay.
not really. Nothing I've really been going
Okay, sure.
on with. I've been joking around with the idea of the Great Kilima Bake Off or Cook
Ah, okay,
Off.
okay,
You know,
okay. Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
a
yeah.
pun off the
Gotcha,
Great
gotcha.
British
Yep.
Bake Off.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
But it is it. You know, it'll be something that we'll see if I can make it come true or not. But it'll be something that I feel like would be maybe something that maybe Singularity Six could
I
eventually put into the game themselves.
right.
I definitely have a whole idea of group based ideas I would love to discuss in a future video,
Well, you
anyways.
heard it here, folks. K Fierce has something very large planned, so hopefully you'll see in the future. Who knows? But stay tuned for that. Yeah, no, fair enough.
Because I was, as I said, like a big reason why I like cooking so much and why I like fishing so much is because I get to stand in one place and do the same thing over and over. I know ADH people, they're bored with it. They can't handle that. But for me,
Right,
like, I'm in
right.
it. Like, I know fishing is my
Yeah.
highest skill. It's
Mm-mm.
what I do the most of, mainly because I'm trying to catch more moths for more cooking parties. But that's a whole different story.
It's great though. Like you are spending a lot of time getting the plushies and also getting the moths for your cooking parties. It's a very tedious plan skill to do, but like I know K First loves it. I love to do it as well. So we would just spend like hours just literally just fish up fishes while just doing other things like watching a movie or it could be listening to music or just like talking to friends on voice chat. It's just little things here and there that kind of distract us, while also be fishing up a lot of things in the waters. So, but if you do encounter K Fierce, he will be also be fishing up a lot of stuff. So it's a fun stream while we're just chatting, singing along to the stuff, and also just hanging out with our friends at the same time. So just come out and also hang out with us as well. We would deeply appreciate you for doing that. If you want to come out and fish with us?
Right. Yeah, because we can
Yeah,
always use more help fishing. You
of
know,
course, of
like
course, of
that's
course.
that's my big thing. Like I would say, like if you ever see somebody out there fishing by themselves,
Hmm.
I love to just go out there, catch a couple of fish, and then just keep going on my way, just to give them a little bit of that fishing buff to help out their timer if they're by
Of
themselves.
course, of course.
Like, if you ever want to be a good person in the game of Palia, just do that to a random person fishing on the shore, and they will be so immensely grateful because you've
Mm-mm.
just sped up how quick they can catch more fish in the next little bit of time. And it's just such a big help just by you
It
taking an
is, it
extra
is.
minute or two out of your day.
No, I
So,
definitely agree 100%. Especially that fishing buff that you get alongside it, and also if you're partied up, you do get the double loot sometimes. So
oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm just saying if you just want to casually just help a random stranger, you
right,
know.
right.
But is there anything you would change about fishing? Is there what do you like about fishing? What's your opinion about it?
I've heard some people that don't like it, but at the same time, I don't really find anything that's really problematic with it because it's still a bit of a struggle, which you do have to adapt to, and also take into consideration that it's not supposed to be like always 100% easy because some fishes are a bit harder than others to catch. For example, the lake shark, but it's still a game where you can enjoy and also find difficulty in, even if it's not like your most favorite. It still is a possibility where you could still like let go of the fish if you don't have the proper buffs or like if you aren't prepared for it, right? So I like the challenge in that, right? And you don't really find that much challenging when it comes to like the other skills. So I think this is like a fair balance when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, of fishing, and like I do spend a lot of hours doing it, and at the same time, like it is a very chill skill to be doing, especially when you're just like wanting to do something while keeping your mind occupied and while doing something else. It's kind of a nice thing,
Right? Like I
right?
love fishing while listening to my favorite podcast, The Kilima
Mm.
Post.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys should check that out. I heard they're really nice people.
but um but yeah, I know this is going to sound kind of strange,
Mm-hmm.
but I have had the idea and I've been working on like the best way to go about doing it, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I figured it out. I want them to add fish bait into the game. Think of it as a bug lure you put on the water, okay? And
Huh.
you basically you craft this item
Okay.
and you place it on the water, and for because I think a bug lure lasts what, 3 minutes IRL time.
Yeah, around
um
there. Yeah, sure.
so this thing would last kind of like 3 minutes as well, and what it would do is more rapidly spawn starred pools and cause them to spawn and then disappear. Like every like 15 seconds or so a starred pool will appear and another one will disappear, type of thing, and it'll allow people in a group
Oh.
area to go do a bit more more chaotic, more
Right,
fun, more
right.
engaging group fishing, rather than everybody just
Interesting.
lined up on the shore fishing together.
Right.
Throw one out in the pond and all of a sudden, all the fish are biting, and you want to go catch them all in
Uh,
as quick as you can.
I mean,
I think an item like that would be really fun for fishing.
like I can kind of see it happening, but at the same time, I don't. So, like, I can like it'd be a nice idea. But I'm wondering if like the execution would be actually really really good about it. But I can kind of see that happening. But I need
Because I mean, it
right,
would be like how, you'd have a line of bug lures, you could have just a
right.
line of, yeah, have so many people fishing per like little like fishing area, on like areas like the lake or the ocean where it's a long
Right,
stretch.
right.
But,
I think my only problem with that is like you know the circle like or the what do you call it, the node, the fishing nodes.
yeah.
It's a bit big than for that to happen. So like if
Well,
you
they
are
could do smaller ones.
they could like I'm not
And make
saying
it
they
to and
can't.
make it to be a bit more skilled. You got to be a bit more precise,
Right, right.
as I
Right.
said, it's to make it a bit more engaging. I wouldn't know exactly, all the little details, but I feel like because like there are like certain fish that you only have a 3 hour window to get in the morning or the evening. I'm looking at you, Rays, and the Bahari rivers, where you got to run so far in between star nodes, and maybe star nodes not even be there, and you got to get a starred one to complete your collection. I'm still bitter about that. I spent a lot of time in Bahari trying to get the starred dawn ray, dusk ray, and storm rays, because you have like 3 hours in the morning and the evening to catch them, and that's
Right.
it.
And that was
And if
kind
you
of
don't
my
have any starred pools, you can run the whole time and only hit two starred pools the whole time
right.
because none spawned up there,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And I feel like it would help on catching a particular starred fish like that to work on people's achievements,
Right.
as well as people to farm more starred fish for cooking parties.
I mean that's
I
fair.
feel
That is
like
fair.
I feel like overall it would just be a more engaging fishing event. And in all
I
honesty, that would be
mean,
the only thing I'd really change about fishing besides the fact that I want Ray plushies.
no,
A
that's true.
bunch of different colors in a bunch of different places.
Right.
And I love stingrays, so.
I love the stingrays, yeah. But they're also paying my butt because you only get like a 3 hour time limit to get them. Like the storm ray was like the bane of my existence because it's a rare fish, and
And
plus you only
that's
get
what I'm
3 hours.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
allow me to, spawn a few star nodes during that. 3-hour period, and I'd be a lot more happier.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, no, I can see that. Okay, no,
I can see some practical uses for it, and not just be just a fun group event, but be a good help for solo people too.
Right. Oh,
especially if they're completing their achievements.
Of course. Okay, no, I can see that.
And it would just be like it'd be like a fishing's version of a bug lure. Also,
I can hear that, yeah.
I want more bobbers.
I don't find that the bobbers do that much though, but other than to make your fishing look cooler, and that's it. Like, I wish they actually had something to do with it. Like, if you have
so like they gave us this little rubber ducky item that we can craft these rubber duckies on our plot, and they're tiny little ducks. Let me have one of those ducks as a fishing bobber, please. I want a rubber duck fishing bobber. That would be the cutest thing. And that could be plenty of things that either could be connected to a special fishing pole in the shop if they wanted to make real money off of it, or could be put in ENR's guild shop, and you can buy a whole bunch of different kind of designed fishing bobbers.
I wish the bobbers would do something if you do equip a certain one. Like, it's not like there's an incentive to actually like equip each one rather than
I would say the incentive on the only one I use is the lantern bobber, the one that's like really bright yellow, because it is so easy to see in the waters out in the Elder Woods, and somebody who's a bit vision impaired like me makes it so easy to see.
Is that the one you can buy at Einar's guild shop? Okay,
yes.
Okay.
You buy it with the guild shop. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth it if you have visual issues.
Right.
And it allows me to see it a lot easier than that exquisite bobber. It's literally the same color as the water to me.
It is. Which is a very horrible thing to be doing, but yeah, no, I agree.
But that's just my 2 cents.
No, I mean, there's a lot of things I wish they could do with the bobber. Like, if there's an incentive to actually like equip one compared to the other. Like,
it's just aesthetics.
I know it's just aesthetics, but like, I wish they would you can get like just certain fish if you equip with this bobber. But it might be a bit confusing, but I don't think it's going to be like too confusing, in my opinion.
Well, I feel like we already do that with the worms.
Right.
And so I feel like the worms is what worms you equip. I just I'm a very aesthetic person. So I love the idea of having different aesthetics. And so I like the idea of being able to customize my bobber. I really like that. I like the fact that we have a couple of choices to choose from. But I just wish I had a few more choices. That's all.
No,
I love customization. That's a big part of why I like games like this is customization. Right. So
yeah, and customization does like matter for aesthetics, especially with this type of game, because it does show off what you're what you gained, and also what you can actually like use it for, and like even if it's just like it's just something that looks pretty. But then, like, we did do something in order to get that, right? But even if it's, like, something that's very little, it's like, I think it's a little achievements here and there that matter, right? So, I think it'll be, like, a good thing if we can get that, those little achievements in order to show off that, yeah, we did something in order to get this. Like, yeah, that's fair.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. And then people are still asking about it as well, like, oh, how'd you get this? How'd you get that? And then we'll explain, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like, it's just the little things, right? It's also, it also encourages interaction with other players and being like, oh, I want to get that. How'd you get that? And then people will just tell you, right?
But yeah, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with fishing. It's my favorite thing to do in the game, and, I'm chill with it. So, anything else you want to add about fishing?
Not entirely, because I think the EXP needs to be a bit worked on, to be honest with you. Maybe, because I feel like it's been quite a bit broken lately, because I'm not sure if you experienced how Elderwood was when they just that glitch.
Well, I do remember when it was. I remember when that glitch was going on, but since then it seems pretty regular to me. I haven't had any issues myself.
I feel like it still needs a bit fixed upon with the EXP gaining, because I feel like it's a bit low in my opinion. So I like if they can increase it a bit, I would be more happier than that. But other than that, it's been I would say an overwhelming thing. So it's nothing too much, but I think that just needs to be tweaked a bit from my liking. But other than that, yeah, I have no other problems with it.
I was about to say, and so that covers all of the skills that is currently in the
Right,
game.
right.
But we do have animal husbandry that's going to be introduced into the game.
I'm not sure if this would be an actual skill though. That's my thing.
I believe they said in the roadmap that it was going to be a new skill coming.
Is
So as
it?
far as I know, that it's going to be something that you're going to be able to level it up.
I'm so confused on the giant golden chicken or the golden chicken. They're posting like evolution about that, and I'm like, I don't even know how that works. But okay, sure, I'm for it. But I'm so confused over it. But okay, sure, I'm willing to learn though.
Right. Well, because I know we're going to be able to, at least I'm pretty sure they said it was supposed to be like a new skill. So, I mean, I would assume it's going to be a skill that you would be able to level up, right? I mean, if I'm going to be going out there taking care of my cows every day and taking care of my
Right.
peckies and breeding them, and I assume collecting eggs and milk every day,
Right.
I
Yeah.
would assume like gardening, I would be leveling up a skill with it.
I mean, like, have you ever played Sonic Adventure 2 and they like that Kale
The
world?
Chow Garden?
And yeah,
Yeah.
the Chow, yeah, the Chow, yeah, yeah. I wish they would do something about that. Like, you would be increasing their stats, dexterity, luck, and all that stuff, and then you could play like a little mini game with them. That'd be great.
Well, I do know
but
that you are going to be able to level up your friendship with them, like you will like you do in Stardew Valley, which I assume is how you'll get, starred milk or starred eggs. But yeah, I'm gonna say this: if I'm not able to level up animal husbandry skill with this, I'm gonna be kind of upset. Okay, because like I definitely think that they will add a few more skills into the game. Yes, there are plenty in
of
there,
course, yes,
but I feel like they can always add more, and animal husbandry is a perfect skill to add in there.
right.
Let the
I
more I
mean,
collect from my animals level up my skill with them.
and before Elderwood was a thing, we were literally predicting that Kamala would actually have a skill, which is alchemy.
Mm-hmm. Because she had she had that guild store that was grayed out. And we thought, and she was an alchemist. So I literally made a whole
Right,
video on YouTube thinking we were going to get alchemy.
right.
And that's another skill I want them to put into the game. Like I've
Mm-mm.
literally got it all fleshed out. It's going to work like cooking.
Right.
Where you can have alchemy parties where everybody brings their own ingredient and they do a different thing, whether it's
Ooh.
mixing
Mm.
beakers or stirring a cauldron
I would like
or,
that. Yeah.
it would be stuff like that. It's basically they can revise cooking into a different skill set with alchemy and make it just basically a different skin, so to speak, but
I
kind of
mean,
similar, kind of different.
right. I mean, is there gonna be like a new mini game or something, or is it,
Well, I figured maybe some sort of new interactive mini game, but you'll probably maybe have to chop up some bugs or some insects.
okay?
You'll
Sure.
definitely, I figured you'd definitely like stir a cauldron.
Okay. Sure.
I do see like, those like beaker sets where you have a whole bunch of different vials and you're mixing a couple of different vials.
Nah.
Have somebody like mixing vials or some sort. How that mini game would work, I don't
Is
know. I'm not
you
the
feel like you
developer
feel like a
here.
weird scientist just thinking about this. Like, oh, what if we do this? We do that, and then like blow
But what
stuff up.
is alchemy,
I
but
know it
weird
is.
sciencey
I feel like
things,
something's gonna get blown up here and there. Like, oh shoot, we added something different. Oh well, it's fine.
Oh my god,
We'll do it again.
instead of burning the cake when you run out of time, what if you run out of time making the alchemy, it just does like a little explosion, you
Oh,
know?
why do I feel like ash, like those black like ashes coming all over your face just with the explosion? Like, oh no.
But
uh,
either way, I think I would love alchemy into the
yeah,
game.
no,
I feel
definitely.
like because like how we have fishing food buffs, I think
Uh,
we could do like alchemy buffs. Like I would love like a like we already have the home potion. They can make it to where we can craft our own or buy
right,
them
right,
from the alchemy store.
right,
You know,
right.
we can craft the potions to allow yourself to not be affected by the goo of the.
The Okapu, yeah,
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 you can craft that.
yeah.
Um, they have, I would love like a potion to give you just a little more stamina for a temporary boost for stamina. For the next like 3 minutes or so, you got a little more stam.
Or, I mean, they could do like a potion where we could actually jump twice. That might be a thing.
Maybe, or
Yeah.
a potion to where you have like a sprint,
Or
gives
sprint,
you
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
little
Go
burst of
faster.
speed for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 seconds,
Right.
and you could only use it once every so long. It'll have a cooldown, that way you don't abuse it and just sprint all across Bahari.
Right. Or like with hunting, you can actually reload faster and like shoot faster.
Maybe. And then one I really like would be like one where you like increase your luck by like an extra percent. Nothing major, just something little, just a small
Yeah.
little boost. Like a percent or like a 5% luck increase on getting those
Increase
rare
on getting a
drops.
plushie?
Exactly.
Okay,
Or
okay.
or getting maybe getting, other rare drops like the starred antlers,
Hmm.
or from the Sernuk or, whatever.
Okay, okay. I
I
can see
know
that.
those, just stuff like that, or getting like the starred quality scales from the Ogapu or
Right.
whatever. Just in general, it ups your luck on getting higher, better, rarer quality things. But
That,
nothing too major, nothing too
right.
big.
I
So
think,
it's not game breaking,
I
but
mean, to be fair, I think the blush rate has been very low so far. I'm feeling like it is. I'm not getting much luck with plushies lately.
I guess it depends on what you're farming per se,
Right.
because Lord knows those middle childs seem to be the problem childs for
Oh,
hunting.
they're definitely problem childs.
I mean like Elder Sernuk and the middle Mujin and the Elder Schmoles. Yeah, just the middle child. The middle child is the problem child here on getting the plushies. I get so many basic plushies and so many magic plushies,
Right.
but that middle one I get is
the,
the rare
emerald, the
plushies in my
elders,
book.
the striped. Yeah, no, I feel that. I've been hearing some people getting in trouble with the blue instead of the green, and I'm sitting there and be like, I'm getting most of the blues. So wait, you're having trouble with the not you're having trouble with getting the blue ones. I'm getting the blue ones constantly. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I'm having trouble with the greens. Yeah, mostly for the emeralds.
But yeah, and so like I think alchemy would be a really cool skill to put in the game.
It's a lot of things to think about, like what to add in and what will be useful and how to even make it, and how it's going to be interactive with your group as well. So it's a lot of things to be desired, right? It needs to be like looked upon more into making to the skill to be an actual like a group thing, a group activity to do. I think it'll be fun on that.
Right, but yeah, so I feel like those two would be excellent skills to be added into the game,
Mm-mm.
and I would find uses for both skills,
Right, right,
As I said, I would love animal husbandry to collect even more things, and then I would love alchemy to make potions, and it would definitely fit into the world of Palea. We have alchemists,
right.
so
Mm.
Tamala can become a trainer, or we can
She
meet
can, yeah.
somebody in a news zone who actually is willing to become a trainer. Tamala might not want to give us training because she's too good for that, but somebody else in this other place who owns a potion shop might be willing to teach us and bring
I
us into the
mean,
potion making guild. that could be something that could be in a different zone.
I wouldn't mind Delilah or Nio to be one of those guild for teaching us how to raise like husbandry or that.
Oh, if we got an animal husbandry, no, 100% would be that would be the guild store leader for it.
Right.
Hundo Pacento. Like,
and with his Ormu Sugarfoot.
Right? As I said, I love the idea of having Ormu. I love the idea of having Peckies. We do have those little trufflet pigs as pets, and because they were introduced as a pet, and they're now introduced as a plushie. So obviously they like them enough to make a plushie version.
Right.
So what's to say we might not get full-size trufflets that will give us mushrooms daily? Because, pigs are known for finding mushrooms in the real world.
Right.
So, I mean, they could pull out, you could collect daily mushrooms from taking care of your pigs.
I mean,
that they just randomly find.
You can also get the slumber fox or something about that. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I would also the ability to have a beehive to collect honey.
Of course.
I know you can collect wild honey, but why can I not collect honey daily on my plot too if I take care of my bees?
Right. No, I can see that. Yeah,
I could definitely see them adding more animals to animal husbandry if they actually made it a skill.
But I'm looking forward to it, especially like making my own flower and making like maybe a star flower maybe someday, but I don't know.
Oh my god, right? Imagine if we could that I believe we would have to still, but I mean I don't know, we'll see. But
we'll see. But I'm hoping for a lot of things for coming out for the next update. And we'll see where that's going with that.
So, but yeah, so it seems like we're already well over the hour mark today. So I guess we won't try to keep people too much longer. Right. So we did get through all the skills. So I guess depending on if we get a patch this week or not, will depend on what our next episode will be on. If not, then I'm not going to call it a part 3 because we went through all the skills. But I wouldn't mind going into talking about leveling in general and the concept of building up your skills and all of that stuff, and go more into the aspects surrounding skills in the next episode. So it's kind of like a part 3.
I mean, if anyone has any suggestions or wants us to talk about anything regarding skills, please leave a comment or give us a message if you guys want to give us suggestions.
Feel free to comment suggestions, ideas of stuff you want us to deep dive talk about, because I love talking about all aspects of this game.
Same here.
So we definitely want to make sure, we cover topics you guys want to hear as well, not just what we want to talk about.
Exactly. So,
but yeah, so we'll see if we get a patch this week or not, and see if that's what we discussed in the next episode.
Yep. And also, please join our Discords if you guys want to be part of the community. Would love to have you there as well. Also, in our Twitch chats for K-Free Scene or Shinori Yoru, in our Twitch, you can check us out and follow us and see what time we're available. We're streaming and live on. So come check us out.
And make sure to check out my YouTube, especially if you play on the console. I do a lot of console-inclusive content, so make sure to check out my YouTube as well as at K-Fierce Scene.
And you can check me up on Blue Sky and also on Facebook. I have a Facebook page that you can check out as well. I do post my schedule there and also when I'm live. So, yeah, please come check us out on our social media platforms.
And I guess till the next episode, we'll see you guys later. Bye!